Hi everyone, welcome today. I came up with the topic, so I'm doing the introduction today. I was thinking that really it will be helpful for people to explain our view on how do we see our divine union, because it's not as obvious as some people might say. We are not following any society patterns here. In general, any society patterns doesn't seem to work for us in order for us to manifest this divine union. So we are hoping to get you a little more understanding, because the journey will be asking you to stay flexible and will be asking you to reconsider anything you knew about relationship, how we are supposed to build relationship, and how those interactions between two full individuals should be working. So I'm hoping for a great discussion, and feel free to ask any questions or share your stories. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back here. And sorry we missed you last week, but we had some things that you were busy doing. And we're going to start it with this. What is it, the divine union for us in there? Like every kind of like a relationships, the challenges in there, particularly, after you passing through the twin flames journey in there. Hi, Eva. Glad to see you here. And after we went through this twin flame euphoria, this twin flame graduations, this twin flame things that it comes in through the journey in there. We're finding some more, I don't want to say advanced, it's going to sound more like to it, but you find it that there's divine awakening powers inside of you. They bring in this advanced learnings, and you practice it in there. So, for example, within the twin flame, within the journey, you have this energies that's constantly kind of like bubbling up with you. There is this constant kind of like thinking about the other person, getting it within the other person, and it comes in from the desires that you're trying to achieve as a the twin flame through the other person and within the other person to be with the within the union in there. While when you're crossing it, this path, we actually spoke about this before. Now here it's a more calm, more working together with the peace, but in a whole another points of understanding the purpose of the divine union. That is, and when we're talking about the purpose of the divine union, is like before you maybe have these challenges between you and your twin flame within yourself first, that reflected towards the other person from within you, and they're reflecting kind of outside within the person. You probably take things personally, you probably take things on a very kind of like strange different ways because you have a navigating yourself in there. While here, for example, what I'm kind of like trying to give you to understanding this is we telling to each other things that we caught it, but we are discussing those things. She comes in and she tells me the things that I need to work on it, and I don't take it personally. When I'm looking at it myself, I deal in it with them, and then giving a feedback. And she's looking at with her. She gives me the feedback. In the divine union, it's peace, comfort, peace, comfortable. You feel comfort with the uncomfort things, and that is one of the reasons why you go through this twin flames journey, you to mature and grow, because those energies that you have with this intensity within as a twin flames in there. Hi, Lorna. You have those intensities in there, those intense energies. They be stressing your energy body, they be stressing at your physical body, your emotional body. That right now, when you actually working with the energies, everything begins to be on the point of the relax, the world is not ending. You're accepting what it is, you're accepting the challenges, and you're navigating the challenges in a whole another level of cooperation. You see, that cooperations of the union, it's working itself out when you practice it and when you get in it in there. You see, I don't want to say like this immature, but that's how it goes. Some of the terms that we have in as a society, that's why we don't fit within the society in there. That kind of like an immaturity that you had as a, I would say, as a karmic situations in there, or even as a twin flame, when you get in it and crossing it over to some of the things is not gonna resonate. Let me explain what is not gonna resonate with you. It's not gonna resonate the karmic situation. It's not gonna resonate the twin flame situations. Those intense energies as a twin flame, they don't resonate because right now you're operating from a total divine perspective of the inner peace, creating the inner peace, not only within yourself and not only within. Some of the twin flames, you're gonna be not feeling at that twin flames intense energies anymore. You work them out. They're intense because you haven't worked them out on a personal level. And now since you work them out and you work them out with another person, everything you begin to practicing the knowledge, the wisdom, the energies, and that's how the divine union really works. It's an amazing in there because is I don't know how to describe it. This is kind of like a whole part here. I'm trying to find a term, but there isn't. It's like when you creating all this environment, you have those energies in there. The whole environment shift, the whole reality as the reality is as it is. You working within the reality the way it is. You don't work anymore of this um, kind of like expectations of what is going to be, how it's going to be. You're not mustering anymore, like constantly under the pressure of what you're beginning to work with the flow of the energy that brings this union to its purpose and there. So guys, if you got any questions, you guys can ask anytime. Darling, mic is yours.
Hi Eva, hi Lorna. Good to see you here. Yeah, I had a good point. It's just touching base with the reality. That's one thing for sure, because I think we all have tendencies, especially when your soul connections is coming to fruition in 3D, which means like you have this constant contact, and you're actually going the same direction, and you don't have this runner chaser because both people are just tired of it, and you respect that you're not gonna engage with it anymore, to the point that even if it's still orchestrated by the universe, you see it as a lesson, and you see if it doesn't fit your current state, you're not engaging with that. So it's like, that's why one thing for people to understand, like those are your choices from now on. After awakening, you're choosing what kind of soul connections you're gonna be engaging with, and there is no wrong or right. It's just anytime you say yes to something, that's gonna be staying in your field. The same way, if you see that something even was orchestrated because there was synchronicities and all of that, but still it doesn't match your current value or the way you want to start building a relationship, you have a right to say no. I don't want that. It's not what I was working on, and I know that there is something that matches my current level. So that's the first step, because from this moment you're gonna be entering those connections that you can actually work with two people, because there is a lot of things to work on. But at the same time, it will be always asking you to question if that's your viewpoint that you try to manifest so much, because you have a vision for your 3D union. I know it's gonna happen this way, and it happens to us to this day that we are having or had in the past some visions, and they really don't seem to match this current reality. And we are asking ourselves, like, what are those images that are being shown? Like, it's not really coming to this reality as we know it. And it's asking us to reconsider. It's asking us to see, oh, maybe those are images from the future. Maybe those are images from even different reality. But can you anchor to this one that you're actually in? And the moment we do that, we kind of step out from our visions as we thought. And then really we can sense how the energies are starting to open. And they are not going our way. They are very confusing, and they are things that are popping up outside of our expectations of what we were thinking it's gonna happen. But still, it feels proper. You know, we have a lot of discussions like, okay, this really, it cannot come into this one place. Like, it's kind of diverging in what it is. And it feels like that's the plan. That's the plan that's getting revealed. But if we get stuck on our visions and hold on to so much, it will not have a chance to come to fruition. So within this, our part of this divine union, we are having our own views on that. To me, this is just surrender to this unfoldment of events, but at the same time, being responsible for maintaining this peaceful state. And it's not for the sake of keeping peace, oh, so we don't argue or anything. It's like, I know I won't be compromising this peaceful state that I've built for myself, because I want those energies to flow. You know, I don't want to interrupt them, but those energies will be only flowing if you stay true to yourself. If the moment you will be stepping down, I would say, and maybe compromising yourself a little because you want to go further to this like manifestation that you had in your mind, and you're like, okay, if I shut down right now, stay quiet, it will come, as we were thinking and speaking, faster. But then you will feel inside that it's something is working. You know, this is not your personal path. So it's like within those unions, I think we are being asked to fulfill our personal parts of the journey without sacrificing this inner peace that we have within the connections. And it can get tricky because that's how we learn, right? Like, we are discerning, and that's how this initial step of the twin flame journey, this is a preparation. And I'm really happy that so many people are getting to the next stages. You know, it doesn't really matter which connection, but they are passing this preparation stage. So they discern, okay, this is really some toxicity within the twin flame connection. I don't want to get engaged. Like, I want to see what's next. If I can start building the connection based on this peaceful vibration, not those like extreme. So that's probably something to understand, that it's like we have this individual pathways, and sometimes they may feel like they are interrupting this manifestation of the 3D experience of union as you planned in your head. But it's all based on trust, right? Like, you trust that whatever is popping up in your experience, and you just surrender to it, it's gonna come in one piece somehow. But it's not in your thought pattern yet. Like, you have no idea how it's gonna manifest in the end, right? But your goal is not to resist it.
Very good points up here. I'm gonna be sharing something within us in there. Because those projections, I was talking about this many months ago. Talk about this projections of you projectile in the future, and you create this alternative reality that has nothing to do with the current reality, because you're projecting something that it's right in here, but it doesn't have connections with the linear positions of the time and space. So when you reaching out these positions and there, the challenges, as Paulina said in there, is like it's not like before. You keep your things within yourself. You keeping the things within yourself, you start to be what in a war within yourself, because you keeping it within. You haven't accepted. The level of acceptance in the divine union is gonna be. They are. I want to say gonna be, because they are. But for you, if you crossing into these patterns and there, you're going to see your amazement of level of acceptance. And when I'm talking about level of acceptance, you're accepting the yes and the no, and you're like, okay, if there is a no, then we're gonna be adjusted here. If it's a yes, okay, we're gonna go forward. If it's something is there, let's see what is it that the journeys continue to tell us. And your level of acceptance is coming from the spirit, from the soul, from the energies that are surrounding you. And you're gonna be getting at this more like ascension symptoms within you, more ascension energies there. You're not gonna be talking anymore of this kind of like this old twin flame energies. They are like woo ha, and it's so for and power and all that. No, you're talking about as this progressed energy that it comes in and brings this peace, because the peace leads you to the advancements in there. And that's what the purpose of the divine union. You're gonna find it when you already master it yourself, but right now you are mastering union with your counterpart. And as you go with this, the flow is gonna be your basic compass. The flow of the energy is the way they go. If something doesn't go right, you know it's not going right. If it's something you accept on there, it's okay. If something you don't accept, you say you don't accept it. Okay? And then you see how the whole energies is all of a sudden it's telling you the right thing. You have the right GPS. Okay? You're in the same GPS from within yourself with the energies, so is within your partner. It's like you have the cell phone and you're going in the same direction. So you both go watching the same GPS. Okay, that says you have to go from this point to that point. You're like, okay, let's go. We're gonna go there. We're gonna head there. One thing that you're gonna finding out, I wanna tell you now right here, as the divine union progresses, is in there time. You see, in the twin flames journey, you think like your time is limited. While here, when you're crossing on that path in there, you actually will understand the purpose that is the divine time orchestrated things. And you're okay with everything that goes on within the divine time. You're not, you understand that through the sufferings within the twin flames journey in there, you're understanding that your resistance against the divine time, it's actually sabotaged your journey. So here, you're actually respecting the divine time. It's like, okay, if the things doesn't happen right now, that doesn't mean that the answer is no. It's just not now. It's not the right time for it. It's not for the right positions. It's not for the right things. If the things doesn't work out, doesn't matter what is, they show up to here to us what we need to see why they don't work. There is a traits left over from karmic, from parents, from the twin flames journey in you. And now when you arrive it here to the divine union, some of those things you have to purge out. And that's what is going to be these little triggers. But the divine union purpose comes in, and both we understanding each other with this, that we both have things that we need to purge. We both have things that haven't been fully let go. We both have things that she understand what I'm going to be working on it, what my limitation of certain situations is, as I understanding this within the awareness and the acceptance that works. But all this is done in the form of a peace. Is not having this trait over from the karmic within the twin flames, which is a lot of people in the twin flames they do, pointing the fingers, blames, go against your twin flame, right? Because things doesn't go your way and so forth. Wow, here is a completely different story. You're already acting You see, you are not just talking, you are not just, you're performing. And the performance brings the peace. Because your performance is much different. Okay? Much different. And hopefully this kind of like a personal example helps some of you out there in the journey.
Comment from Lorna. Beautiful explanation. I understand those different energies. We are best to be in a flow. That's how it is. When you were also talking about this time, like that's the only thing it's that you may try to control when your relationship is going well and your life is going well and everything is going well. There is still one thing that you cannot control, and that's the time when things are supposed to be unfolding. And it doesn't mean that you cannot create. You still can create, and if you want really something so badly, you can still push through and manifest that towards that. But you have this inner voice that will tell you it's not the right time. And that's this discernment that we are learning. It's like we are not here to be this control freak and do everything our way, because we want to manifest everything as soon as possible, because it's not gonna be proper. It's not gonna belong to the proper path, proper timeline. And I think this is one of the last lessons I think we are all learning here. It's just, if you're able to be confident and comfortable with this, like delays in our turns, those are delays, right? Because time is passing. But it gives so much freedom if you see and understand that it will come if it's supposed to and when it's supposed to. And it allows to take a lot of pressures. And at the same time, it allows you for those redirections, because right now you won't be focused on, oh my God, why the things are not working as they're supposed to? Because you will stop for a little bit looking in this direction, and you will start seeing something completely different, some new opportunities. Because it's like, you hit some corner and you just need to turn just to go further. So I think that's how you can help yourself with this, training yourself just to be a little bit more patient and allow for this higher order to step in, just to show you the most proper way. Because even if it's not gonna be maybe based on this common logic, or as we said, this societal expectations, or even your expectations, how you're expecting, but still there is this purpose, like why it's happening. And the higher you go, I believe you're just getting more in tune with this subtle those differences, right? Like, who is really in control here? Am I trying to control something and do something and create something faster than it's supposed to? Or am I allowing just to be this, like a vessel, or helping in expression, but also helping in creation, but in a proper time, proper place, proper time, with proper people that can help us just to manifest those energies, like together, right? That's how I see it, is allowing and letting go of control. Like in general, like your journey is gonna be asking you to let go this or that or that. And one of the last bits is like letting go of this when things are supposed to happen. And this is uncomfortable one, right? Because we as a humans, we still have this sense of passing time. Like we want, once we have something and we feel it's gonna be right for us, we would like to have it right away. But there is something missing still, that it's teaching, okay, just hold on for a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Blanco Kitty. Welcome here. And discernment, discernment has been a major development of this journey. And yes, it is. And here it's about another thing about this timing, understanding in there for because there's gonna be some positions of you are going with the flow. You're gonna be a friend within the energies, okay? You are gonna be with everything, but there's still gonna be this human part within yourself that is like, I want, I need, and there's a moment that you need to look at it in there. It's the same time in there as the progress it's coming in within you. You're gonna be able to understand two things about the time, and that is gonna come in from both two opposite direction. The one is gonna be the progress, and the other is gonna be the delay. So those two energies, when they comes in about the time within for it, you're gonna understand: are you delaying something? Are you postponing something? Or you are going into the wrong progress? Those two energies in there, they're gonna be start working within you, and then you're gonna be finding that they are gonna be actually the kind of like a self-guiding control in there about understanding about the time, because you're gonna feel when something is proper at a proper time and something is not. You're gonna see a visions. You're gonna have everyone wants to make a plans. You trying to make in a plans, but when you become friends within the energies, you begin to practice the things within energies. You flow with them. Thank you, Lorna. Grow needs a flow, exactly, and the flow helps you to grow. Continue to understand the benefits and the rushing of this timing, because everyone, when is going to be my time for the divine union? Ask yourself, do you ready for the divine union? Most people don't. The reason they don't is because they are hold on to what they want, and they are sabotaging the time, or they want too fast the progress that is not the time for it because you're not ready. So the progress is stopping you. So when you look at those two energies within yourself, you're basically stopping within your journey by you putting your own agenda. You're understanding those correlations within the times because of lack of understanding and awareness of this. Because your desires, they're coming from the ego, they're overcoming. But when you graduate within this, when you practice in this, particularly when you practice with partner, this is why the purpose of the divine union is two people in soul connections coming in together. It is about this. The one practicing with others. You can practice it with yourself. You can think that it's in the right things with yourself. Until you don't have a partner, you ain't going to be able to practice at the time properly. And the divine time says what you need to do. And then the divine is going to be okay. We're going to take you on another more advanced journey. We're going to take you on a different ascension path there. Now, let's see. What are you carrying with you from a karmic, from twin flames journey, and how you are going to be here on this divine ascension path as a divine union? Because everyone wants to be in divine union. But most of the people don't get what does it takes and how to operate the divine union. I can see even in some of the posts, most about it is like people thinking about their intimacy situations, if you guys know what I'm talking about. For some of the people complain about it things. You're going to find out that you've been operating from the expectations from situations and so forth. Here you're going to be operating with something else, completely different. It's reality, real time. Not like, because, you know, coming from karmic to a twin flame, and from twin flame going out through the journey in there, you learn to operate from this kind of like preparations, expectations. So you're programming yourself when you meet that person, what are you going to do, how are you going to do it, and how it must be. When you get there, that doesn't work, what happens then? Well, here, all this thing is purged. It's going to be purged. Okay? You're flowing naturally. You're going to be finding out things about those expectations because you've been running within yourself in there. Those expectations created different operations with you. Now, since you are moving out of that belief system in there within yourself, now you're going to be retrain yourself on how to operate, because that's going to trigger the energies, the thinking process. The thinking process triggers hormones. the hormones triggers the body, and then you learning on the different. You are retrain yourself in a whole new pattern, and that's what the divine union is. Not to work on this false mask, which is programming in there with these expectations lead into it, right? So here you are real now in this moment.
Yeah, when you were talking, I just thought that we should a little bit redefine like divine union and instead say it's a union with divine, really. I think we still think that people think it's a union between two people, but it's not really. It's just you can always be in union, right? Like you can be in union by embracing the energies. The moment you decide to go and act according to how the energies want to flow through you, then you can come into union with someone because you will be guided to the proper person. But it's not like you have to strive for the creating a union with someone, really. Like it's gonna stay. Like we were even talking that we can live in completely different places in the planet. We will still be in union, like because as soon as or as long as you are not doing anything to this field, like just allowing it to be there, really, it's gonna stay there. You know that your only way you can control is your relationship with this energetic world. Like, do you want to stay open? Do you want to be still the vessel of the energies? And as long as you are in union, and there is nothing else that you can do, really, because from this standpoint you're getting attracted to proper people, and most probably you will be guided towards someone pretty soon that will be matching your vibrations, and just it's based on those logics, like you will both decide to work together. But I think this is a little bit of this redefinition that it's needed, that people are thinking that we have to strive for divine unions, and not really. It's just really, this is just the state that you will be achieving within the relationship once you're in union with yourself and those energies with the divine, right? So I think that's really helps, again, like helps to take off this pressure that we are here to strive to build these connections. No, those connections are emerging on its own. They're getting attracted to you once you're in the right mindset. So I don't know if that helps. Like, do you get something extra for it? Because
Oh my God, yeah. So you send me back in time in there. But want to follow up or something before I go there. To it's gonna happen naturally. Okay, you pushing you go out there. You can try to learn, train, and so forth and so forth. You can go against divine time in there too. And this is one of the things that a lot of people don't accept. But to go back in time, as Paulina said, divine union is with the divine. I'm gonna send you back on my main channel. I made that video in there. Actually, there is a podcast about the twin flames. My favorite triangle that I was drawing in there. So the one person is here. If the other person is here, is the divine is right up here. Okay, the one person have connection with the divine. The another person have the connections with the divine, and their connection is connected here to the 3D. Okay, and this is what Paulina was when I was talking about. This just kind of like comes out right in the front of my
I think
face.
you should put the video link.
I will find the video and put it into the descriptions below. You can all find it in there to it after we finish the video. But I think that right now, even years ago when I was doing this, right now you are in this field. Right now you are there with it. And here it's that confirmations that you already know what the journey is. The only issue is that your expectations of how to be in their standings on your way. When you trust, you surrender, you let it go to the energies, which is always has been. I spoke about this. those three laws, you can't break them. Okay? They are. That's what their purpose is. And once you get it in this, things are much more flowing. But as we stated, me and Paulina, we stated before to you guys, natural, on their own. You're not pushing. We're not pushing anything. We see each other, we talk to each other. We actually feel comfortable with uncomfortable talks. Do you know how much advanced that is? We're talking about for uncomfortable things the way we are talking to you right now, with the same flow, with the same energy. Most people don't do that. Even within the twin flame, most people are still talking totally different. You practice your advancements, your ascensions, and this is what we are finding.
No, but it's so, it always starts with this self teaching, right? Like self-respect,
Yes.
self-talk. Like, how do you speak about yourself? How do you respect yourself? That's all getting mirrored towards other person, because when you see anyone being disrespectful towards anyone, like, that's how they view also themselves, probably. Like, why they even want to engage with these kinds of energies, right? So I think that's just this reminder. It's like, really, you have to include all of those values first with yourself, and then it's gonna be your default. Like, that's how you're gonna interact with anyone. Sorry.
Oh no.
Just to remind people, like, there's not always drama in a community. There's still, I don't like to focus only on people who are the most visible, because most of the time those are not the people who are doing the work. Because people who are doing the work, actually, they are not engaging with the group or with any communities anymore, because it's still a little bit lower, right? Like, once you start advancing, you see, okay, I'm outgrowing this concept, I'm outgrowing this mindset of blaming anyone. Like, I'm okay with my journey. I want to see what else is out there. I don't want to have drama in my life with someone, without someone. It doesn't really matter. And that's, with this mindset, you're just discovering those next steps, right? Because the energies can start speaking to you, because it's as they would be waiting, like, finally, oh my God, you surrender. You don't chase anyone, because there is no one to chase. It's just, you let them go, and then we can move to the next stage. And that's the moment that people are saying, you are hearing, you passed the test, you are in the next stage, and all of that. So but there is a reason why so many people are having the next connections once they decide to really surrender and let people go, meaning that you believe, or maybe you put that in your reality, that the union, as you believe, with your twin flame, or the specific connection, it's not gonna happen this lifetime or any time. From this point, if you're really able to embrace this concept and put it to your reality, it's like the whole field is expanding. And very often, shortly after, someone is giving the next shot with someone else. And there is a reason for that, because you're unlocking this resistance, right? The energies can actually deliver you the right person, so you can progress further. So that's one of these tests, right? Like, are you able to really let go your wishful thinking and just see, okay, there is something else for you. It may not be the same packaging as you want, but you can still progress. You're not meant to here to wait and be in this miserable state. It doesn't mean that you're gonna always be happy, but you will be in the flow. We don't have to be in this stagnation here. We can always evolve. So,
See, when we talk about this, but kind of like here, it's right now even make more common sense in there, and kind of like I find this discernment for. See, when you hold on to the karmic, how your relationship with the twin flame soulmate connection is there. It's the same way that the energies there within the soulmate twin flames, that graduations and that part, when you hold on to, and nothing works there anymore, because the energy is going to be asking you to let it go of the person, of the ideas, of your programming, of your believing, because you believe in something that has nothing to do with the reality. This is why in the groups, when you can see this, hold on to this person, hold on to these stagnations. Why is this stagnant? What is this? It's a lot of stagnations. We're trying to give in here that you're the one who makes that stagnations within yourself first. And this is why there's a lot of this I would say this transition periods from a karmic to a twin flame after you wake up. You still hold on to this toxic patterns from the karmic in the twin flame connections, in the twin flame dynamics, twin flame society, and you spill that over there. And when you evolve, you will have enough of this crap, basically. All this toxic parents, all this hold on, all those talks about even with people in situations isn't there. You're kind of like, come on, guys, let's acting properly here. And you trying to tell and trying to get it in there, and because they cannot hold on to those karmic or those twin flame toxicity that still's there, even when you're trying to pull them in, trying to help them out, guess what's happening? You are like, no, that's how it is. You tell me to let it go of something that I love and so much, it's all my life and so forth. But you're holding to something that weighs you down. Does it work for you? And this is why most of the people, they don't live in the reality as it is. And they're asking us so many questions. Those answers of those questions have been known. But the following with this is when you trust, when you surrender, when you let it go. Because the energy is asking like, oh, you finally let it go. Let us handle you. Let us handle you. You get that connections between you and the divine, and you give that example to your partner to give up on there and connect into the divine. Here is the divine union. That is it, the divine union. When you hold on to those toxic patterns, to those expectations, and your fight, particularly for people that are fighting, oh, I want my twin flame, or they have to be with me, they must be with me, and so forth. What are you doing this for? Where are you going with that? If you force your twin flame to be with you in there, for it, what's gonna happen? And so forth. Some of the people, they kind of like are trying to use this as a like forcing themselves within twin flame, because twin flame is something you gotta be. What was that? Lindy Cowling, I love it. She said it that about 10-14 years ago. Is like you gotta be having a suicidal thoughts if you want to be finding your twin flame in there. But some of the people are programming themselves. Some of the I won't mention situations and other things, but they program themselves as a twin flames. Wow, you should be naturally evolved as who you are. The divine choosing you to awake naturally, not through some gimmick, mushrooms, meditations, and so forth, or special exercises. So you're telling yeah, you guys have twin flames and so forth. Naturally, divine way. That is it. That's what the divine union has for us. Okay.
I think we all have our own paths. If something tells you take a mushroom, some people take a mushroom. Like, I really don't think it's up to us to judge.
Yeah,
maybe sometimes you need it, but you're right. But there was one thing that was coming to me. It's like one of the hardest part in this experience. It's hard to let go of or maybe it's easy to let go of different parts of your life. Sometimes when the job is not serving you, or I don't know, do you have some toxic people around you, or whatever you have to let go of. It's easy, but this emotional attachment, it's the hardest part of the journey, because sometimes it may feel like you're being asked to let go something that feels so beautiful, and that's what people are kind of stubborn to let go, like let go of this hope. And I think that's the most difficult part, because it's like one last of the thing that you have once nothing seems to be working and you're blocked out, you're everything, like nothing is going your way as you thought it will be, you still have this a little bit of hope. And until you don't lose this last piece of hope, maybe it's not really losing the hope, it's more like a surrender, that's no, it's not gonna happen, and this is this like a threshold you need to pass, and kind of detaching completely emotionally, accepting that it's this thing that you really desired is not gonna happen. And once you accept that, you're entering the next stage, because you're proving yourself that you can control your emotional state, that you can perform here on earth independent on your emotional body, because it's sometimes that's what you're being asked from, right? Like you will be being asked for detaching from your too much 3D, too much material things, but at the same way you have too much emotional attachment to this reality. Like it's just, in the end, it's just one part of your multi bodies, right? Like emotional body, but for whatever reason, we as humans, we have very difficult times with it. And I believe that the twin flame journey, specifically if we talk in this about ascension process, it's for the certain individuals, that's their test, that's how they are being introduced to the next stage, right? Like an awakening, that you have to learn to really manipulate your emotional body and just be able to control it and detach from it and see it as a, okay, for a moment I can accept that my emotional body is not the most optimal state, it's going in a shutdown, it will experience this very painful experience, but that's okay, I'm still surrendering. So even after this surrender and accepting the reality, it may be feeling very heavy, but you're learning to manipulate that and just perform no matter what. So you're getting more independent on your different parts of yourself, right? And you will start seeing this guidance, that this is completely different level, because you're being starting to operate from this deeper source, not from your emotional needs or material needs or anything that's related to 3D. You allow those different parts to come together if they want to or if they are meant to, but they are not holding you on the journey anymore. You're like, okay, if I'm not supposed to be thriving emotionally in this lifetime, I'm okay. I feel like I have something else to achieve, and I don't allow this emotional part of experience to hold me back anymore. So I don't know, that's at least how it helped me, because we are being asked, right? Like at some point you have to break down from those different, like a human anchors, I guess, and just detach and then move up, higher.
You gotta be okay within and without, one thing. In there, understanding the keyword, Lorna, thank you. You can't manipulate the universe, but you can allow to manipulate with, together with the universe. Okay?
Maybe operate. Yeah, manipulation.
Manipulate
That was not the wrong word I used.
in there, but if you look at it, manipulate, it's coming from the manufacturing in there. When an operator works on a machine, he's doing a manual labor. Okay, we were using manipulations in there because we're trying to control others. So that's how it comes in. So you gotta be very careful how you understanding all this and how you use the terms in there. But when you are operating within the universe, and there for here is the part of the creations within the universe. Here is that creation with the divine that comes in. You're not anymore this uh, trying to navigate the journey how the other person has to be and so forth and so forth. Most people they're trying to put their counterpart to do some things to serve them without them understanding what it takes to that service, what it takes to be in there. Uh, so with this situations, guys, for it, when you flow within the universe, that triangle that I was talking about, the one person, the another person with the divine and these connections in here, that begins to right now goes like the arrows of the recycling. They begins to have flow, mutual flow, and it works in its own magical way, in its own divine purpose way. Not as just like things. So you're on the same page, your counterpart is on the same page, so is the divine energies on the same page. And that's what the divine union for us is. Yes, there's gonna be some challenges. Yes, there's gonna be some hoops and loops. Uh, okay, it's not like this straight line, and it's like okay, we are always right, right? For it to understand, the curve is little Humpty Dumpty. All right, but through navigating within the divine and trusting with the divine, you basically understanding that you getting much faster to certain things with the divine compared to you being on your own without the divine. And here it's the personal relationship with the divine is determining also the whole connection. Okay, because maybe your partner is have, for example, depends how it goes. Maybe they have their personal relationship. It's maybe a bigger or a smaller or acceptance or something is in there and so forth in there than you and so forth. But all this it's gonna become as a balance at some point. Okay, and that balance between you, your partner, doesn't matter where you stand, where they stand, and the divine is going to start working on the what is already currently work within your connection within the balance for you, and then you will understand how to operate this. Then you will understand you well, what is your part of the universe inside of you, and that is going to really kick in there, and your ascension is going to begin to be. You will understand the path of ascension. I ask some of the people, what do you want divine union? What is a divine union for you? Oh, I want to be with my twin flame. I want to live with my twin flame. What are you going to do with your twin flame? Oh, I don't know. What is it? This? I don't know. I just want to have hook and with them. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, it's the purpose is the divine union that is leading to the path of ascension. And most people don't think that. They don't even look that. They look at that the twin flame will comes in and solve their problem, which is they cannot solve on their own. No, twin flame it comes in to trick your problems the heck out of you, so he can put your shit together, and that's what that is. And then one of the two people working together under the divine, and you put your stuff together, and the one person knows about how you put in yourself, the other person know how you put yourself in there. They both know about this, and the divine knows. Here's your divine union. How its process at work. Okay. That's how that goes in there. So there is some questions up here, Lorna. Oh, Pauline, that's a question for you.
Paulina, you helped me to unlock the mental body. Do you offer help for others? Yes, I do. If someone is interested and resonates with what I'm saying and would like some guidance, you can send us email. I'm gonna reply. Yeah, it includes mental body, emotional body, whatever is there that people feel like they are stuck. I'm happy to offer a guidance. So thank you, Lorna, for the question. Unblock many tiers of mental blockages. Yeah, because this is about the belief systems as we have, right? Like we like to keep reiterating because some of those new belief systems that we have to adapt, they're uncomfortable, or they will be showing us the true reality as it is, and it is gonna be showing us that things are not always going our ways, that some things in our lives can be painful or unfinished, open, some things are not meant to last, because we are being fed these illusions, right? That you always gonna come back and end up with this specific person because you believe this is meant to be. And really, this rethinking process sometimes is really uncomfortable, but at the same time, if you start doing it, you will see the rewards. You will see this. What does it really mean to expand your reality and expand your experience? Because the more you're able to comprehend in your field and take it as a possibility, the sooner it's able to really manifest. Otherwise, you're limited to whatever you currently believe. That's why it's so important just to work on that, to really stay open. Anything is possible here. But first, you have to really accept that it is possible to manifest. Like, you deserve some of the other scenarios, not the ones that they were reiterated over and over by some people, and they are feeding these illusions. But there are many things that we cannot really imagine here, and especially when we are talking about spirituality and how our belief system is shaping what is coming towards our way. I think that's when it all begins, right? Because you see, really, whatever you believe in, if you want to believe that certain things will happen or not happen, that's what you're gonna get. If you believe that you're meant only one soul connection, that's it, that's all you're gonna get. But if you can expand this view and stay more open, that's how you're inviting other possibilities to come your way.
Exactly.
Thank you, Lorna.
And you're gonna find out one thing is gonna start coming out more and more. It's called HSP, high sensitive personality. Based of that personality in there, you as a twin flame, you're gonna be managing these situations. Your sensitivity in there is gonna determinating thing, but that sensitivity also is gonna need some mental work. Okay, it's the same way you needed the mental work when you are in the karmic unawakening process within yourself. Now you are awakened as a twin flame, you become this highly sensitive personality. And that highly sensitive personality in there within yourself leads into this. And unblocking in there is important in there, as Paulina's described up here. Your blockages are on a mental level. That's where the first thing started. But what is the twin flame journey is teaching you? That you need to put the spirit first. Then is coming the soul. Because the spirit, it is the power of the soul. It's the essence of the universe. And then within your soul, you begin to process things. That soul, it turns the things into an energy. That energy becomes an emotion. And then the intuition, based on their spirituality, it translates that energy inside of you. That's how this thing works. But when you're working with the lower energies, with the ego, you're putting your desires, you're replacing this spiritual energy, this soul energy, you're putting that desires within your mind. Now you awaken, your high sensitivity personality faces the ego. And then guess what happens there? Your desires tries to control the journey. Where it's supposed to be is divine orchestrating journey. There. And it's a mental blockage, just realizing this. And I'm so happy that Paulina is doing her work. And I know I've seen it in there. Okay. But we've seen at this that a lot of the things is it really mental process in there. Mental process of you breaking down the old barriers that will keep you limited. But you free yourself, you have to let it go of the old. Nothing new is gonna come out if you're holding to the old. If you're holding to the old car that barely can move and so forth just because you're used to it, you're never gonna get a new car. That's how it goes. But if you want to be going within this new, particularly in the age of Aquarius energies in there, all you really have to do it. And if you are meant to do it, the universe it's gonna put you, because the evolution is one thing. She's the driven force, and she has no mercy. You flow with that energy in there. You're not creating stagnancies. You're not creating things. You're flowing with. Then when you flow, you begin to ascend that energy of evolution. She was kicking your butt so you can be your best version of yourself. So you create it. Then you're going to be thankful about this. But evolution has no mercy towards your egos. And that's where you're suffering. That's where you're in the pain. That's where you go through it. Right? Tough things? Well, it is what it is. But we're here to help you with what we can. So, questions, guys? You have so many questions, that will be kind of like a help. If there is no more questions, guys, we'll see you next time. I mean, I'm so happy of what we can do, and there is some more things coming up for it. But hopefully this video can like really help you guys. Okay.
Yeah. Good luck, everyone. And if you have any questions or suggestions, just put them in the comments, and see you next time.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Be love, and we'll see you.